Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Let me get back into this groove. Listen, man. Listen. Let me tell y'all a little something. Let me tell y'all a little something. If these games keep going this route, with the OKC keeps having a big lead, how many times you suspect the OKC to actually choke? Right? If they keep outplaying the Indiana Pacers, thoroughly outplaying the Indiana Pacers, how many times do you suspect them to flop? Is my question to you. Or choke. Because if the series keeps going this way, because even in game one, OKC thoroughly outplayed the Pacers. Okay? They choked that game away. That was them losing the game more than the Pacers winning it. So, question is, how many times do you suspect them to do that? Because if the Pacers keep, getting blown out or look like they don't belong in the same court with OKC, then they're going to have problems. Because I do see OKC still in the game in Indiana. I think they're going to win one of those games in Indiana. And then I think they're going to go to game 5. They're going to run them off the court in game 5. And they're going to be up 3-2. Then I think they finish the Pacers off in game 6. That's my prediction. I got OKC in 6. I think they're going to split, come back home, and then that's it. My Knicks got one in Indiana. All right. So I think OKC, who's been thoroughly outplaying them for multiple quarters, could steal one in Indiana. But before we get started on that even more, because the third quarter didn't even really start yet. Oh shit, look like it's about to rain in OKC. Man, look at them clouds. But a lot of y'all really going at Lil Wayne, man. Y'all think he got the most trash album of the year? What do you suspect? It's Lil Wayne. He's gonna hit you with silly raps. A lot of you guys growed up on that. He's not going to mature. What you going to get? You want a thought-provoking album for Lil Wayne? You listening to the wrong guy. Lil Wayne is always going to have silly raps. He's always going to be singing and sounding like he drunk off that lean. The question is, did you outgrow it? Now, if you outgrow that style of rap, then it's not going to be good for you. You're not going to want to listen to it. Now, let's see if the Indiana Pacers could work their way back into this game. Because they keep getting thoroughly outplayed. I really don't know what the Pacers could do to actually win this series if the games keep being like this. Their only hope is when they go back to Indiana, it's not a blowout like this. But OKC is a pretty good road team. They're a pretty good road team. They may not win both on the road. If they win both on the road, that's a wrap. This for the game 1 loss would be like nothing. No. OKC could have had their 91 Bulls moment. Remember when the Bulls lost game 1 in 1991, then went on to win the series? So that could be the same thing with OKC. OKC may only give these dudes one game. That's all you may get. That's all you may get. Because they keep blowing this team out. What do you suspect? How long are you going to keep making comebacks? Now, I understand Pacers are a tough team, but at some point, yeah. But I would give the Pacers credit for this. They are playing fast-paced Pacer basketball. This is the style of play that the Pacers like. I think OKC likes playing at a minimum speed, not super fast. This is what Indiana likes. They like fast, chaotic basketball. Diving on the floor for loose balls, turnovers, fast breaks. That's Indiana style basketball. All right. And before you know it, they trank a lead down and they back in the game. So who knows? Where do I think Giannis goes? Oh, Where do I think Giannis goes? Probably, I think San Antonio Spurs. If New York is lucky, he could probably go to New York if he wants and demands that. But most likely, some team in Texas. You know, I don't see the Rockets because they're rebuilding. Most likely San Antonio. You know, but I don't think you need to make the Western Conference even more tough. What you need to do is stay in the East, if you ask me. That's what he needs to do. So you know what I'm saying? My Mets won yesterday. Let's go, New York Mets. You know, it's funny because a lot of these New York teams are good, but we're just not good to get over the hump. And rumor has it that Jason Kidd is going to be the Knicks' new coach. The Knicks are making a pitch for Jason Kidd. Yes, they want Jason Kidd as their next coach. Yeah, I mean, Towns got moments when he just disappears on defense and offense. But it's not his fault that they lost. The Knicks just got thoroughly outplayed. You know, Indiana was just the better team. You can't just blame it all on one guy. They got outplayed. They got thoroughly outplayed. You know, even Jalen Brunson got locked down. Man, Miles Turner is giving Chet Holmgren all he can handle. Chet just looked disappointed. Shea getting his guys open. And they're knocking down shots. So if we could get Jason Kidd as a coach, I don't know if we could get Giannis. I don't know if Giannis likes playing for Jason Kidd because he already did that before. No, he claims that he likes Jason Kidd, but who knows? Maybe he never really liked it, Jason Kidd. And if this man never really liked it, Jason Kidd, I don't suspect. I don't know why he would want to play for Jason Kidd again. So okay, I just want to get a perfect angle. So yeah, I don't know why he would do that if that's the case. Shay looking like AI with the braids. Holy shit. See, he almost got pushed out of bounds. He need to get some muscle, man. Now let's see if OKC blow this lead. If OKC keeps outplaying this team, they get big leads. How is the Pacers going to beat this team? They can't keep coming back being down from like by 20 in every single game. At some point, you're going to be like, hold up. We down by 20 every game. Man, look at Shea cooking. Now, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyrese Halliburton was 1 for 5 in the first half. 1 for 5. And you up by double digits. You better find a way to close this game out and not choke when they need you most. You could be sitting there having a field day with just shooting mid-ranges. You don't even need to be shooting threes. Just have a fun. Take them to mid-range school all day long. Because you're already up by a certain amount of points. Now look, you're letting these guys get right back in the game. Miles Turner, the Pascal Siakams, the bigs, they get right back in this game. This feels like game one already. This third quarter feels like game one. They're just cranking at that lead before you know it. Same situation again. Now, this is going to be one of the biggest choke jobs in NBA history. If you keep beating a team by like 20 points, you're giving them the beat down, and you keep blowing the lead. Shea got 17 points right now. So he's thoroughly outplaying Tyrese Halliburton. But can you outplay him when it matters the most? Because only thing people are going to remember is the end result, if you won or not. They ain't going to remember that Shea was dropping such and such. They're going to remember, hey, man, he choked away a 20-point lead. So they're going to remember. It's a 19-point lead. Pacers like to run, man. They like this wild, frantic style of basketball. They're everywhere. But OKC got enough bodies to match up with them. This is not the Knicks. They got enough guys that could get playing time. If you're OKC, you like that shot. You want Pascal Siakam to take a lot of threes. What the? Bring it back a little bit. Here comes Shea. Go ahead, get into your mid-range bag. Boom, a guy wide open. You got to knock down those wide open shots. If it's a three, you have to knock down those shots. You can't be missing wide open shots. You're a professional basketball player. Play like it. And Miles Turner and Siakam are working that paint. OKC is still small in the middle. Pause. The little babies out there to paint, they still ain't got enough bigs. And they ain't got enough aggressive bigs like Indiana got. In this series, the most impactful player really is Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner because they're bigs. If they don't play well, Indiana ain't going to win. They're the X factor. They're the guys that you're going to use to get back in this game. Pascal Siakam is 3 for 10. So, one of the reasons why they're down. Shea, you got to control that ball, man. What are you doing, son? Where's some handles? His handles are a little sloppy. He can't control that ball. Why are you shooting the three for? Big man basketball. Big man basketball. See what the Pacers doing? They're trying to pound that ball in the post. And there they go again, knocking down them threes. They're right back in this game again. Here come that Indiana surge. You're going to choke again and blow another game? Coming right back. They're not getting those rebounds, second chance opportunities. But they're running the Indiana's playing smart basketball. They running the game, do Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam. And if those guys aren't open, they're going to hit it to a guard to try to hit a three. And some of these guys on the Pacers can hit that three. Yeah, it's beautiful, but that midi better work when the game is on the line, though, Andre. Shit, they're going to blow another big lead? How many times are they going to get a big lead on the Pacers only to blow it? This is going to be an ultimate choke job. If you can't keep a lead, how are you going to win the championship? I can't wait to see this Fantastic Four movie. I can't wait. I really can't wait to see this Fantastic Four movie. Galactus is in it? What? Yeah, see, that's the thing, Andre. The Pacers keep getting outplayed in this series, but they always find a way to make a comeback. How long do you suspect that to keep going? Because if the Pacers keep making comebacks and winning games, that's going to be crazy. The Duns are supposed to be up 2 2 games to 0. They're supposed to win game 1. They're supposed to win game 2. You know, because I do believe OKC is going to steal one in Indiana. So, and the Pacers don't give up. Yeah, but none of these teams got superstars. But I could tell you the Indiana Pacers are rock hard solid. They play a lot of old school basketball. They play in and out. They run the offense game, do they bigs. Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam are the X factors. They play, do them, and they let Tyrese Halliburton run the point, and he get those guys open. Very simple play-by-play basketball. And OKC is still weak in the post. That's why they're having problems with Indiana. Yeah, Indiana like that crazy basketball. They like running up and down the court. And OKC is going to always have problems if they playing a game of speed. Keep playing a game of speed with the Pacers. You're going to get run off the court because they're going to have a tremendous amount of energy. You're going to get tired and you're going to lose the game. This is Pacers speed basketball. And you can't expect this team to keep missing threes. But you guys got to knock down your threes because OKC missed out a lot of threes. Yeah, he got to be better in the fourth. You got to close. Oh, Tyrese stepped out. Oh, okay. Oh. I'm about to say if they didn't miss that play. Tyrese Halliburton ain't running. He ain't caring about the fact that he playing bad. All he want to do is get his team close, and we could probably still steal another game. Yo, what up, B? Because I think OKC is going to steal one in Indiana. If they win this game, they're going to steal one in Indiana. Yeah, OKC be taking their foot off the gas pedal. They don't know how to put their foot on people's neck. And you got to do that with the Pacers. You got to do that with the Pacers. And look, they're not even knocking down their free throws, man. You're missing open threes. You're not knocking down free throws. Free throws are free for a reason, man. Knock down your free throws, man. I can hit like 50 free throws in a row. It's all in the rhythm. Take your damn time and shoot a free throw properly right. It's basic. One of the most basic shots is a damn free throw. All right, guys, kid me. Oh, look at that pass. Look at that pass by Miles Turner trying to be a point guard. They should. Free throws are one of the most fundamental things that you need to know. Oh, look at that. The Thunder always have a way to steal the ball when nobody's seeing them coming. That type of defense, that sneaky defense is crazy. Nice ball pass. Boom. Nice ball. Yeah, that midi is nice, man. He got that Jordan and Kobe playbook mastered. He been watching that tape. Yo, Miles Turner is killing the OKC. He having one of the best. Him and Pascal Siakam, they're playing like thoroughly the best out of the Pacers for a whole game. If it's clutch, then it's Tyrese. But if you're just talking about the whole game, yeah, man, yeah, you got the legs sticking out like MJ and Kobe. Yeah, Shea getting busy with that midi, man. That's all he got to do because they up double digits. Keep shooting mid-range jump shots. Get your 50. It's the finals, man. Ball out. For Ant-Man. Ant-Man ain't going nowhere no time soon. You better hope that they get somebody. You better hope. All he better hope is they get Kevin Durant. because they got 3 guys that's free agents, and all 3 of those guys are not returning. They're going to get the bag somewhere else. You can't afford to. You got to at least keep both 2 of those guys. Nas Reed and Julius Randle, you better hope to keep. He said Minnesota ain't doing it. You may be right, but they need to do something, because Nas Reed, Julius Randle, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander cousin, they all free agents. They all free agents. They ain't coming back. All of them ain't coming back. You may end up getting Julius Randle to stay. And if you're lucky, you could get either Nas Reed or Shea Cousin. If you're lucky. If you get 2 of those guys back at least, and then try to make a trade with Phoenix, because Phoenix, Durant won't be on Phoenix next year. Durant is not going to be on Phoenix. He ain't going to be on Phoenix next year. Pascal get them freebies. So, yeah. Because OKC got the pieces. They got the bodies to throw at people. They should be able to run and gun with the Pacers. No, that's a crazy 3. That's a deadly 3, boy. He knocked that down with range. Yeah, I mean, it's Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner. They're the guys that's going to keep the Pacers in the game. They got a size advantage. And they're playing smart big man basketball. No. Ant-Man ain't going to no Miami Heat. They ain't got nothing to give up for him. Now, if he was on Miami Heat with that roster, it's a better surrounding pieces probably than he got, because he plays on the Eastern Conference. He had Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, that Miami culture style of basketball. He have a solid team with him, and it's the Eastern Conference, but he ain't going in. He said that city will ruin him. Ant-Man will come out speaking Spanish. He be hanging out with all them Cuban mommies. Have like 10 kids. He be the next Sean Kemp. Yeah, Sean Kemp got like 20 kids, bro. All different ladies, so to speak. He been running and gunning, lay him down, spray him down in any town that he go around. Yeah. Miami ain't no joke, man. Miami's like LA, man. It's a city of, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Crazy times, clubs, partying. I mean, Ant-Man may be 23 years old. Well, it's game practice tomorrow? Fuck all of that. Your baby roll up for me. He'd be a real cokehead for real. He'd be in every Miami club. He gonna increase the black population and the Latino population. You're gonna have a half black, half Latino kids out here in Miami, not knowing who their daddy is. This is the same dude that pay a girl money to have an abortion. He must have played a lot of girls that have abortions. He got rap star status because a lot of these rappers be paying girls for abortions. Because Ant-Man don't want to have no damn kids. He'll tell you quick, dead that baby. I give you $1 million to dead that baby. Y'all heard the Carter, Lil Wayne, everybody coming at Lil Wayne, but my thing is, what you suspect from a guy that never growed up and still immature? He always going to give you that silly, crazy style of music. Problem is, his fan base is 40-something years old. They got kids already. You know, Nas and Jay-Z are more mature than Lil Wayne, so they're able to cater to their fan base, and they're able to be like, yo, we could talk about what happened back in the day, and our audience is going to relate to it. Be like, yeah, I remember that. You know, you kicking that real shit. That's back in the day. That's what they do. The reminisce raps. You know, Lil Wayne don't do that. Lil Wayne ain't going to give you no self-conscious, thought-provoking songs. He made his best songs when he was high and drunk. He's like a rock and roll star for hip hop. The dude did every type of drug you could mention. Every type of drug. Every type of drug you can mention. He got high. He made his best music when he was high. That's why he didn't even know what he was saying most of the time. You know, like, yeah, bitch, yeah, bitch. He's still using the nigga scheme. I'm rich, nigga. I got money, nigga. I take your girl, nigga. Lil Wayne never been that creative. How creative you expect him to be? You know? Yeah. He had his time, man. All the people that growed up on listening to Lil Wayne, grown-ass men that got kids. I can't be listening to this stuff. I got a daughter. Dude's 45, 50 years old. They ain't listening to that crazy Lil Wayne stuff no more. You know? Yeah. No, Lil Wayne didn't grow up. He's still a good artist, but I don't know what you suspect from a guy that never growed up. He gonna still make that same type of crazy music. I thought the album was like, out of 5 stars, I give the album a 3 stars. I think it was okay. That first song was fire. When he just flat out spitting. But Lil Wayne gave you every type of song you could possibly mention. He did street songs with the Carter 1. He did hustler songs with the Carter 2. He did commercialized songs with the Carter 3. Songs for the club, for the ladies. You know, songs that got a lot of radio airplay. He did literally every type of style of rap you could possibly think of. You know, and he's a down south artist, so he got to make songs that caters to the South. The Carter's 4 was like catering to the South. So, I mean, it is what it is. The Cavs should go out and get LeBron James. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, but LeBron should retire as a Cleveland Cavalier, to be honest. He got no business retiring as a Laker. You're not even a real Laker. You should retire in Cleveland. He should retire in Cleveland, spend his last few days in Cleveland. He got a better chance of winning a championship in Cleveland than in LA. Cleveland could benefit off of LeBron James with Donovan Mitchell, and you could find a way to keep that roster. Why not go back home? You got a better chance of winning a championship in Cleveland again than you do in LA. LA don't appreciate you or like you that much anyway. This is Kobe town. All they care about is Kobe, then Magic Johnson, Shaq. You know, nobody give a crap about no LeBron James in LA. Half of the people don't even want him here. Yeah, really. Go back to the Cavs. I mean, you're the best. LeBron's the best Cleveland Cavalier of all time. Go back home. Go back home, dog. You know, and be good for the NBA too, because it's the Eastern Conference, man. We don't need all the stars out on the West. Let the Lakers build with Luka and call it a wrap. Luka's the future of the Lakers. Go out and get some good role players with Luka and let them be a solid team. You could probably get good pieces for LeBron. If you get even if you get Darius Garland for LeBron James, you pair him up with Luka, that's all right. That's a bunch of young boys. Why not? Yeah, but G-Money, why not go back home? Cleveland was the #1 seed. LeBron would love to go back home to Cleveland with that roster. You had the Defensive Player of the Year, I believe, that was on Cleveland. That team was great all season long. They just collapsed in the playoff time. But, yeah. Thunder belt to ass. I think Thunder wins this series in 6, but I could be wrong. They got to steal one in my Indiana to get home court advantage back. Yeah, he burnt that franchise to the ground, B. Only thing they're going to do is just rebuild with Luka. And a lot of people here out in LA like Luka, especially the foreigners. You know, they like Luka better than LeBron, and he just got there. They're sitting there cheering him on, giving him claps because he lost weight. They love Luka out here in Los Angeles, and he didn't win nothing in LA. You literally got people liking Luka more than LeBron here. I should know because I live in Los Angeles. So it's not like I'm just talking junk. I'm literally telling you what LA fans like. It's his job. It is exactly. It is his job to be in shape. The fact that you're celebrating a guy that's supposed to be in shape is crazy. He get paid millions to be an athlete, and you got to give him a pat on the back for being in shape. What world we live in? What type of generation is this? You giving a guy credit for doing something that he's supposed to be doing normally anyway. That's part of his job. That's like you giving me credit for taking a lunch break on my job. Like, oh my God, Prince always takes his lunch breaks on time. What the fuck, bro? Like, really, what are we celebrating? We celebrate the stupidest things in this generation, man. Stupidest things. So I don't know. I don't get it. 85-67. I think the Thunder have more opportunities to blow Indiana off the map in multiple games. I don't think Indiana is capable of having blowout games against OKC a lot. They may get one, but I put money on it that OKC could blow the Indiana out more times than Indiana could blow them out. What the fuck? What the hell was that? What the hell was that last dunk play? Holy shit. 85-67. Okay. Now the Pacers got their work cut out for him. Oh shit, he got his hands in the hoop. Yeah, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. You can't be doing that. Pop that midi, SJ. Pop that midi. There you go. Back him down. Back him down. Turn around, fade. Let me see it. Let me see it. MJ style. Bang. I told you, let me see it. I wanted to see it. I told you, let me see it. He backed him down, gave him a little left, right, turn around to the right, fade. All butter. Fade. SGA, man, he got a lot of Kobe and Jordan in him. These Jordan and Kobe hybrids is a lot. How come all these guys that got Kobe and Jordan playing style winning championships and making their teams go far in the playoffs? Jimmy Butler, Jordan hybrid, went to the finals twice. Anthony Edwards knocked off legends, including your LeBron James. Went to the Western Conference Finals twice. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the verge of winning his first championship. Kawhi Leonard got 2 championships and plays both ends of the floor and was called the best player in basketball. So it benefits to play more like Kobe and Jordan because you're probably going to end up winning more. I'm just saying, all the guys that's in the bloodline of Kobe and Jordan tend to win a lot or be in winning situations. Do the math. Do the math. Now, how come all the LeBron hybrids don't win as much? Luka been to the finals but choked and got taken out of his game and only plays one end of the floor. He's a LeBron hybrid. He's a guy that plays similar to LeBron James but can't win as much. Think about it. All the LeBron hybrids don't win, but the Jordan hybrids win. Think about it. So even right now in 2025, playing like Michael Jordan still benefits the NBA and teams more than playing like LeBron and being passive. I'm just saying. So that answers your question. If MJ was playing today, he'd be in the NBA Finals. No, just like the rest of his hybrids. Just saying. Because if you think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander winning MVP was something, man, prime Jordan in this era would have been crazy. I'm just saying. And they proven that you don't need to shoot threes to be dominant because all of these Jordan hybrids lead the league in scoring. They got mid-range jump shots. They attack the basket. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, Jordan will be at the free throw line like 20 times with the way this game is called. And Jordan was, what, 80-something plus free throw shooter. Jordan could knock down some free throws. He wasn't shy in that department. I'm just saying. He'll have seasons where he'll have at least 1 or 2 seasons dropping 40. Easily. And he'll lead the league in scoring. You'd be like, yo, that Jordan guy is crazy. He playing like the best player in the league right now. You know? And you know what? I'm going to give him his credit. Even Scottie Pippen will have a good field goal, have a good generation in this era. Because Pippen plays both sides of the floor. He's not the best scorer in the world, but his defense would have been up there. He would have been one of the best defensive players in the league today if he was playing. Because he definitely give Draymond Green a run for his money with them long-ass arms Scottie Pippen got. You know? So, yeah. Well, some of today's defensive players are crazy, like weak like crazy. Rudy Gobert is a good shot protector. He's a good guy to protect the paint, but he gets cooked. He can't play defense outside of the post. I don't think that's a real good defensive player if you can't play defense outside of the post. If you're a rim protector, that's a different style of defense, but that should come along with the package of a guy that's fucking 7'3". Do the math. If you 7'3", you're supposed to be able to block shots by default. But can you stop somebody on the perimeter? You know who's a good defender? Victor Wembanyama. He could guard you outside of the paint. Rudy Gobert cannot do that. Draymond Green could guard you outside of the paint and guard bigs at the same time. I seen what Draymond Green did to the Joker. Let's keep that a secret. Remember in the playoffs? I seen the Draymond Green lock the Joker down in the postseason. Y'all remember that. Don't act like y'all forget. Don't act like y'all forget. And Draymond Green is only 6-something. He about like 6'7". Man, Pacers really like this crazy style of basketball, bro. Damn. They're diving on the floor all over the stuff. Yeah. Now bigs get the ball. They pass it out for somebody to shoot a three. You know, dunk that ball. I'm just saying. Here come Tyrese in his fourth quarter. He getting ready for the fourth quarter of basketball. He ready. He want all that smoke. He ready. This is Tyrese time. They're going to try to make that comeback in the fourth quarter. They're going to try to really get things frantic and crazy. If you're OKC, you do not want to rest. Do not think this lead is safe. Go look, man. Tyrese already running to get the ball. Look, all already. Almost got this homeboy shooting the three. Good pass by Tyrese. He already going crazy already. He's a good point guard. He knows he got good court vision. He got that guy almost a wide open three. He just got his shot blocked, but that was a three. He just couldn't execute because he got his shit blocked. I don't know. Yo, you know one thing I noticed a couple days ago? J.R. Smith had 2 championship rings on his finger. I don't remember him winning a second championship. Then I thought about it. I said, "Holy shit, he was on the 2020 Lakers. This man got a free championship. He was touching Jalen Bronson's shoulder with 2 championship rings, like mocking him, but like, yo, I got 2 rings." I'm like, where did J.R. Smith win the second championship? Completely forgot that he won the second championship because he came to the Lakers mid-season. They should have a rule about that. Certain players shouldn't be getting no championship rings, man. You never got no playing time. How the hell are you going to get a championship? They should come up with some rule to not give you a championship ring if you don't contribute on the court. You know, crazy. Yeah, no doubt, G Money. They did their job. When you're on the road, you want to at least take one game from the home team. You don't have to take both, just one game. You know, Indiana still has the advantage because they get to go home for 2 games. Even if they lose tonight, they still did what they're supposed to do. They still tuck your bitch in game 1 because they tuck home court. All they got to do is protect home court advantage. That's it. If that's possible, because I think OKC is just offensively better than this team. So they're always going to keep being on the verge of blowing them out a lot. I don't really see Indiana keeping up with this team offensively too much. But I mean, we shall see. And I already know OKC's better defensively. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. The pressure is on the Thunder. Make no mistakes about it. They got to win tonight's game, and they got to go to Indiana to win at least one game in Indiana. And if they win one game in Indiana, it's tied 2 games apiece. Then you have to really protect home court advantage. Then it comes the best of 3. Now, this is where I differ from my homeboy G Money. I believe that the Thunder is going to win game 5, and I think they're going to win game 6. I think game 6 is going to be close, but I think they close them out in game 6. If they don't, they will close them out in game 7. Okay, see, that's where we differ. Only time will tell what happens. Yeah, it's not easy to win in, but my Knicks got one. I think OKC can still win. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. If I'm wrong, I would gladly come on here and say I was wrong and G Money was right. I got no dog in this fight. I'm not a Pacers fan. I'm not an OKC fan. I just made a prediction. That's all. I respect Indiana. I respect OKC. There's no hate. I just believe that OKC is going to win. That's all. Okay, here we go. G Money used to be a Durant fanboy. Why are you even saying that for? Bringing that up. Kevin Durant is not even relevant right now. Where you come up with this logic that G Money is a Durant slurper? That's turn the page, man. We talked about that years ago. What are you talking about? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Why some guys come on this live stream and just say shit that took place like 5 years ago? Or, you know what I'm saying? That took place years ago that we already discussed the topic. Like, what are we doing? G Money already addressed it, the whole Kevin Durant situation. That was like, damn, that was like, when Chris Paul was playing on the what's Chris Paul on the team? I think when Chris Paul was playing on the fucking Phoenix Suns or something like that. That shit is so old, I even forget. You know, we already held KD accountable, man. If you was listening, G Money called KD out when he was on the Nets. And playing with Kyrie Irving and James Harden. People said that team was going to win the championship. Move on. Yeah, turn that page. Come on, man. I'm not doing that. I'm not even answering that question no more. It's 2025, y'all. Come on. That's the one thing I don't like about sports channels too much. Sometimes it becomes like repetitive history. You say the same shit that you said like last week. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that sometimes. That's why some YouTubers I can't listen to no more, because they talk about the same shit all the time, man. How many times are you going to keep talking about this? There's some YouTubers that literally talk about like the same debates that took place. How long are you going to keep talking about Kobe versus LeBron? If you made your point why you think the other guy is better than the other guy, keep it moving, especially if nobody else bringing it up no more. We can't keep living in the past for the NBA, man. We got Anthony Edwards here. We got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Let's see what these young bucks got. If you don't like talking about these new players, you must not like basketball too much, because there's a lot of new guys coming up. Let's talk about where Giannis is going. Start up a new debate. Let's do like who's better. Like they said, I'm not going to start it up, but ESPN was trying to do Tim Duncan versus Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'd rather talk about that than talk about LeBron versus Kobe again. I think I'm done with that. You know. True that. That's true. Yeah, like, come on, man. Let's just keep it. We're going to talk sports. Let's talk about everybody else. Yeah, Lakers is definitely the better team. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, the fact that AI even led that team to the finals was something big. That team was really bad offensively. All their offense went do was AI. They had like dudes like Eric Stowe. That was their second best scoring option. Their whole offense went do Allen Iverson. They were good defensively, but that was about it. And that defense was good enough to at least get them to the finals. That just goes to show you how important, defense is. It could even get you to the finals sometimes. May not get you to win the whole thing if you ain't got nobody else to close. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the Thunder can make this comeback. This may be too much. This may be too much. So I don't know. This may be too much. It's funny because Iverson was giving Kobe fits. Kobe had a hard time guarding Iverson back then. Well, who didn't have a hard time guarding Iverson? Guarding Iverson was like running with water, a cup of water in your hand, and trying not to spill some of it. He was that lightning quick. It's hard guarding somebody's spoil that's lightning quick, because you think you got them, then the next minute he's on the other side of the court. Yeah. He earned the respect of the NBA greats. Kobe, Jordan, all respected Allen Iverson. Jordan even said, yo, that's a bad little motherfucker. That's Jordan's words. That's a bad man. That motherfucker was hard to guard, man. He was too quick. And if the NBA didn't tuck away some of his crossover, because they said it was carrying, they say he was holding on to the ball like this, but I disagree. I think he had the ball on the side. Since when is Iverson? How is Iverson going to do a crossover with the ball in his hands like this? So the NBA stopped him from doing his patented crossover move. What are we talking about? Like, yeah, man, Iverson was a beast. He gave people problems. He definitely gave people problems. But that was bogus that they tucked that crossover away from him. They even stopped Derrick Rose hop step. That's considered a travel now. Remember the Derrick Rose hop step move? That was his patented move that won him the MVP. He used to stop, boom, come down with 2 feet with the ball and take a shot. Now that's considered a travel. See how much I know how the NBA changed with some of these rules? It's crazy. Yeah. But he never carried. I don't understand how's that to carry because he had the ball like this. He did a little left to right crossover. The ball was on the side like this. It's not like this. Carrying means he stopped dribbling and he held on to the ball like this. He's not palming the ball. The NBA literally killed that crossover move, which was stupid. So he had to do a different crossover, like more Tim Hardaway style between the legs. You notice after throughout the years, his crossover was different. It wasn't the same anymore. He couldn't do a crossover one-on-one anymore. He had to just do a quick left to right crossover and then attack the basket. You know, simple. 82 to 101 or 102. I think this one's a blowout. Well, I mean, don't think, I know, but I don't think they're coming back. I think this is over. Look at that, 2010, Ron Artest and Kobe. Ron Artest is out here in Santa Monica. Ron Artest out here in LA. I'm supposed to be meeting up with Ron Artest pretty soon, but we never really got time to collab. But I'm supposed to be meeting Ron Artest because he's similar with the he knows somebody in my law firm, and somebody in my law firm said this guy's from Queensbridge too. So me and Ron want to connect. He said Ron Artest wants to meet me because of the Queensbridge connect. I said, yo, let's set it up, you know? Because keep in mind, he's always been older than me. So I was a little shorty when he was doing his thing. I was never these guys' age, the Mobb Deeps, the Nas. Even though I seen them in the physical, they never paid me any attention because I was young when they were doing their thing. You know, so they're not going to hang with me. I'm too young. At the time, I was too young, you know. It was grown-ass men at the time, you know. Yeah, Ron Artest is a good dude. He's a good dude. Just don't piss him off. He still got that quick temper. I call him Ron. I don't call him that meta world peace and all that. So, but yeah. Yeah, he may be the best player in the league. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I don't know if Shai could be the face of the league, though, because it's more than just playing good basketball. The face of the league is actually off-court stuff, too. You got to connect with the people. Shai is quiet. He's kind of like an introvert. You don't connect with the people too much. You can't be the face of the league and be quiet. You got to be able to speak up and have people get people's attention. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Now I understand what Kid Trunk's talking about. You saying that he's going to be the best player in basketball, even if he's not the face of the league. You rather take, if you had to pick one, you take the best player in the league. I get it. Makes sense. Because you could be the face in the league and not be the best player in basketball. You just be the main marketing guy. I get it. Yeah, I think that miracle comeback is, it's done. There's no miracle comeback tonight. Who gets traded first, Giannis or Kevin Durant? I would say Kevin Durant easily. because the Suns was going to trade. You don't understand how close the Phoenix Suns was going to trade Kevin Durant. He'll be in Golden State right now if he okayed it. Phoenix Suns was nice enough to respect Kevin Durant riches and not trade him. So, yeah. If Kevin Durant, if the Phoenix Suns was assholes and they said, you know what? We're trading you, Kevin Durant. We don't care what you think. You're going to the Golden State Warriors. He would have been a Golden State Warrior right now. He was on the verge of going to Golden State. The deal was already set up, but he stopped the trade. He said, I don't want to be traded. I want to stay in Phoenix. I want to play this thing out. If you're going to trade me in the offseason. And that's what they're going to do. That whole team is going to be breaking up. They're going to try to get rid of that guy that got the contract. Well, what's his name again? That said that stupid thing on Twitter. Now I can't remember his name. What's the guy that got the no trade clause? And he said the thing on Twitter that at least I still have my no trade clause. Life is good. So you know you're playing like shit, but you get free money, a guaranteed contract, and a no trade clause. I can't think of his name right now. But that guy, you know Phoenix want to get rid of him too. So that team is going to just be a Devin Booker and a bunch of role players. That's all that team going. Oh, okay, Bradley Beal, that's his name. Yeah, that's him. Talking that stupid shit on Twitter. Basically mocking the Phoenix franchise saying, hey, I get y'all money and y'all can't trade me. You think Phoenix is happy about that? They definitely want to get rid of that dude. You find somebody that willing to take on his contract and they could trade his ass, man, they get rid of him in a second. And Bradley Beal gets to go to whatever team he wants if they really want to get rid of him. And Phoenix Suns have no say in it. So maybe they could talk Kevin Durant to staying, but I don't think so. I think Kevin Durant will leave. Because pride will settle in and he'd be like, hold up, y'all tried to trade me all last season. I'm out. Yeah, they're on a mission right now. This game is over. I don't see no miracle comeback now. This one's over. This one's over. Now, how many times is the Thunder going to keep blowing out the Pacers? If this happens in game 3, Pacers ain't making a comeback again. Because I believe this Thunder team is going to have a lot of games where they blow out Indiana Pacers. They're going to make y'all forget that they ever lost game 1. Especially if they go up like 3-1. Yeah, this could be almost every game, literally. Man, yo, that mid-range from Shea is working. Watching Shea Gilgeous-Alexander play is poetry in motion. It's an art form. Because that fucking mid-range, that Jordan-esque, that's the thing about Jordan. He made his game was beautiful to watch. And that's what a lot of these Jordan hybrids get. It's just a beautiful game to watch. You know, skillful. Damn, 5 plays with 15 plus? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Damn, 36-20, yeah. Proving you don't have to shoot a bunch of threes to win a game. Not everybody have to play like Golden State. Speaking of Golden State, they're going to need to do some revamping. If they really want Steph Curry to win a championship, you're wasting that man's final years without winning a championship. So, we'll see. What up, Jay? What you got to say, Jay? Is this about the Tyrese Reggie Miller thing? If Tyrese don't win the championship, he tied with Reggie Miller. Neither one of them got championships. But that still don't change the fact that Tyrese is a better defensive player and he's a better playmaker than Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller's a better 3-point shooter. That's about it. You know that. It had nothing to do with the past. And keep in mind, it's a small franchise. The Pacers don't have a LeBron James, a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant. They never had transcending franchise players. Okay? So if Reggie Miller is your best player, no offense, but if Reggie Miller is your best player and Tyrese Halliburton is one of your best franchise players in history, that's not saying much about the Indiana Pacers as a franchise historically. Think about it. You know? Yeah, Reggie's great. He's one of the greatest shooters of all time. I'm not taking that away from him, but he has a lot of dings that the only thing that made him truly great was the fact that he shoot that 3-ball lights out, ran off screens, pick and rolls. But his game as a whole was flawed a lot. He wasn't the greatest playmaker. He wasn't the greatest defensive player. The man just know how to shoot the damn lights out. That's all. All his highlights is 3-point shots. He's one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time. He's number 2 behind Steph Curry. And that's about it. But keep in mind, Tyrese is like, what, 6'7", 6'6"? He definitely got more energy than Reggie Miller. He's all over the place. And he just as clutch. You know? It is what it is, though, man. You respect him. He did his job anyway. He won one game in OKC. He did his job. Oh shit, this is looking a little scary though. 4 minutes to go. They got 94 points. Before you know it, they go on a 7-1 run. They have 100. If this game gets down to like 10 points with 2 minutes to go, then it's spooky hours. You see, you can never take your foot off that pedal. Okay, that don't mean nothing. We're talking about who's the better player. Tyrese Halliburton is a better all-around player than Reggie Miller. So, I mean, it is what it is. And it's the Pacers we're talking about. You act like Jordan played for the Pacers or Kobe played for the Pacers or Wilt Chamberlain played for the Pacers. No historic great player has played for the Pacers. They've been historically a losing franchise. And I love Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller to this day still want to punch Michael Jordan in the face. He said that in an interview. He said, yo, if Jordan came at me with that, put that laces on, let's play basketball, I would have punched him. He's the greatest and all, but I can't take it, man. Reggie had a quick temper. And his temper is what gave him the edge on people. The man didn't tuck no shit from nobody. He's a killer at the 3-point line. That's about it. No, Reggie got that. He got that competitive edge too. He's just not a better player than Tyrese Halliburton all around. That's all. I mean, it is what it is. And Tyrese just hit that 3 and made them call a timeout. I just let y'all know. It's 4 minutes to go. Before you know it, it's going to be a 10-point lead. Don't let Tyrese shoot the ball if the game on the line. Keep playing. Keep playing. You know, it doesn't matter if the Indiana lose this game. They did their job. No, y'all act like they lost game 1. They ain't going down 2-1. They split on the road. That's what you're supposed to do. You still won on the road and say, good, I'm going back to Indiana 2 games. Now I could probably get a 3-1 game lead on these guys. That's my job. That's their job. You know? So in fairness, Indiana don't have to win this game. All they have to do is worry about game 3 and game 4. They did their job. That's it. This game is all about OKC. It's more important for OKC to win. The pressure is on OKC. They can't go down 2-0 on the road. I mean, at home. Sorry. So who's the pressure more on? This is not about the Pacers today. It'd be about the Pacers in game 3. This got nothing to do with how the Pacers play. It's not their job to win game 2 today. It's the OKC's job to win game 2. That's why they're coming out playing like their life is on the line. Y'all don't want no parts of me. I'm trying to figure out how y'all started me. You gonna let me catch you on a late night? Pop shots with the fifth. Y'all don't know about that. That's 50 Cent. Power of the dollar, 50 Cent. We used to listen to that in Queens. See, I know about old school 50 Cent. The one that was in Queens. All right. Power of the dollar, 50 Cent, before he lost his voice and became the commercialized 50 Cent. He was a much different rapper. Yeah, it's no excuse. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying they don't got no pressure for tonight's game. Of course, you want to win 2 on the road, but they did their job. It doesn't matter. What happens if they win game 3? If the Pacers go home and win game 3, they're up 2 games to 1. The pressure is on who? OKC. And they could do it if they're at home. They're going to get some favorable calls. You think SGA is going to get favorable calls in Indiana? He may not get those calls. You know? Adam Silverman, baby, call up them referees and be like, yo, make sure Shai Gilgeous-Alexander don't get to the free throw line as much. If not, your job is on the line. I'm going to fire you. You make sure this series go to 6 games. You're going to have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander like, where's the foul? You in Indiana, bro. What you think? You think you're going to get the same calls you get here in Indiana? All right. Keep thinking like that. They at home. They get that home cooking. This is OKC. If you breathe on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they're going to give him the call. He probably friends with the referees. They know better. They're not going to send the best player on the team, let him get in foul trouble. They got to get ratings too. This is a business. You got to leave your best players on the court. A corrupt police commissioner. But you know he'd be doing that, man. The draft pick was rigged. That draft pick was rigged. That shit was set. Anything with the Dallas Mavericks is rigged and set up. They did some money under the table. I don't know if he did some Diddy work. I don't know if the Dallas Mavericks was at a Adam Silverman party. I don't know what goes on at a Silverman party, but that shit was rigged. Anything with the Dallas Mavericks and the NBA is rigged. Them guys are doing some shady business under the table. That's all I'm saying. It's not a coincidence that they keep getting what they want. That whole trade was fucking suspect. You gave the Lakers one of the most prominent stars in today's league that gets people in the seats, that has a huge fan base, and he goes to the biggest city in the world. LA is one of the biggest markets in sports. And you send Luka there? Don't make no sense. Because anybody with a brain would not trade Luka, especially a guy that just sent you to the NBA Finals. Come on, man. That whole trade was suspect. Everything was suspect about that. That's like, let me just paint a picture for y'all. That's like the Lakers trading Kobe Bryant in his prime. For nothing. Let's say Kobe brought them to the finals and they trade a young 25-year-old Kobe Bryant. Come on now. It don't make no sense. No party like a Diddy party. Man, nobody want to be associated with Diddy. His career is over with. Even if he beats this case, nobody's going to want to be associated with Diddy for any dang with parties. They don't want their name to even be mentioned. But I will say, if you got guys like that, what's that actor from Hustle and Flow? Like, whoop that trick. Y'all remember him? The dude, the light-skinned brother with the green eyes from Hustle and Flow? I forgot his name. But he dissing Diddy from left to right, and he said Diddy was giving him weird looks. You know, like eye candy, giving him the eye candy look. Oh yeah, Terrence Howard. If you felt this way about Diddy and this took place years ago, you a man. Why you didn't say nothing then? Why you wait till the guy is in jail to talk shit about him? Sounds like you was looking for clout. Because if Diddy was really all these things you say he was, and you don't play that shit, you a real man. You would have said that shit. You would have said that shit off the bat, off the rip. That didn't stop 50 Cent from dissing Diddy. Diddy tried that shit on 50. What 50 said? This nigga tried to take me shopping. I called him out immediately. 50 didn't play them games. So Terrence Crawford, if you a stand-up G, like you say you are, why you didn't say nothing? Come on, man. You just as fruity as Diddy. You got pictures of you getting, awkward, hugging guys in awkward looking situations. So come on, man. Cut the cap. Stop the cap. You're going to wait for years to say something. Come on, man. How you going to make that? Makes you look even more weaker. You just realized this just now, that Diddy made you feel uncomfortable. And this incident was like in 2010. And Hollywood wouldn't blackball him. Diddy didn't have no connections in Hollywood, only in the music business. And he was already established when Diddy was actually calling him for like parties, so to speak. He was already a name. That's why they wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That dude all cap. You wait this long to talk shit about somebody until they in jail. You sound like like girls that just wait 50 years to say something like a guy harassed them. Come on, man. And if Diddy was giving you weird vibes, why you keep hanging around the dude? Diddy has ties to a lot of people in the music business, but that can't stop somebody from being hot. If you hot, you hot. There's nothing he could do to stop Terrence Howard from being successful. Just like he couldn't stop 50 from being successful. And newsflash, Terrence Howard was already successful. You can't stop somebody's greatness if they're hot. Don't matter what you do. Somebody gonna pick that shit up. Same thing with 50. He was too hot. There's no amount of blackballing you could do to stop that G Unit 50 Cent wave. He was too hot. Somebody was gonna pick his ass up. Because when you elite like that, you elite. Those guys that sit there and say, "Oh, I don't want to be this," those guys that don't have much clout, they on the come up. But Terrence Howard was already established already. He already had hit movies like Hustle and Flow. That shit was already a hit. He was already established as a black actor in Hollywood. He already made a name for himself. This man did Marvel movies. He was already in connections with all the top dogs already. There's nothing you could do to stop his flow. His hustle and flow. So I don't care what Diddy would have did. Oh, okay. Now this blowout is officially commenced. This blowout is officially commenced. Yeah, the nigga, oh my God, he was acting since 91. Come on, man. You was already a veteran in the game. And he was already commercialized and blown up already, Brandon. There's nothing Diddy could have did to stop his flow. You can't stop somebody's flow if they hot. If they establish already, they establish already. That's like me trying to say, oh, I'm a block Jennifer Lopez from being famous. She's already Jennifer Lopez. She already famous. There's nothing I could do to stop her. You can't stop a Beyonce or Jay-Z. These dudes, especially when they're already famous. They already hit they peak. They probably got more connects than you. Yeah, I know that. But that still didn't stop 50 from being 50. So if Diddy had all these connections, how come he couldn't stop 50 Cent from being great? How couldn't he stop 50 Cent from going diamond twice? There's nothing Diddy could have do to stop that. So regardless of who slept with who, man, that's Hollywood bullshit. You know, everybody be sleeping around in Hollywood. That don't change the fact that it's going to end your career. You know, Jennifer Lopez, a dot. Man, Jennifer Lopez got busy with rappers, actors. Did that stop her from being famous? You couldn't stop her from being famous. She was going to get hers regardless of how much people she slept with. The fuck does that mean? And she don't even have to, like, she was famous just based off looks already. She didn't even have to sleep around. That was her choice. Her choice, her body. But when you hot, you don't have to sleep around to get hot. You're already hot. You know, so like she didn't have to hook up with Diddy. She didn't have to hook up with Ben Affleck, failed marriages, sleep with who God knows who she slept with. Probably Fat Joe, Ja Rule, or a bunch of people. That was her choice. She was already hot. She made more money than him. Jennifer Lopez was a bigger star than Fat Joe. They needed her more than she needed them. So how you going to stop Jennifer Lopez from being hot? You can't stop somebody who's a superstar from being hot. Just like the only way you can stop somebody from being hot, if you shoot their ass. You know, you stop them from breathing. But if we're talking about like status and fame, you can't stop. You ain't going to stop Jay-Z from being Jay-Z. You ain't going to stop Nas from being like one of the greatest rappers of all time. That's talent that the fans just going to gravitate to. Anything Nas put out, people going to say classic, hot. Jay-Z put out classic, hot. You think you're going to stop Beyonce from being Beyonce? There's no amount of blackballing in the world you could do to stop Beyonce. You know? Can't stop it. Once somebody got that juice, they got that fever, it's already hot. Yeah, definitely Diddy ain't no saint. You see when he did to Cassidy, he was beating the shit out of that girl. That alone he should do some jail time for. You know? But keep in mind, she's still an adult. She had chances to leave that dude. You still stuck around and did all that. He didn't put a gun to your head and make you sleep around and do all that sexual crazy shit, you know? Nah, Jennifer Lopez was big before she got with Diddy. That's not true. Jennifer Lopez was a wave that nobody was going to stop. Just from looking good. She got famous just from looking good. Jennifer Lopez in her prime was like one of the hottest ladies in Hollywood or the music business. She was definitely famous before she got with Diddy. She was already Jennifer Lopez. Matter of fact, people talked about her more than they talked about Diddy. Come on, man. Stop that. Yeah, she ain't no saint. She got to be held accountable for her decisions. She's a grown-ass woman. You did all that freaky shit because you wanted to. You know, nobody told you to do that shit. No put no gun to your head. You just wanted to do that. You wanted to get freaky. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But can't stop somebody shine. Can't stop somebody shine. Oh shit, she was a freak in high school. Okay. See? Hoes gonna be hoes. So can't stop that. If somebody for the streets, they for the streets. They're gonna stay for the streets. Blowout win for OKC. Let's see what they do in game 3. They did what they're supposed to do. They protect home court advantage. This is tricky. I'm going to continue the wave. I think I got OKC winning game 3. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I got OKC winning game 3. No, and keep in mind, Jay, Jennifer Lopez is Puerto Rican. She had the whole New York City on her jock. She had the whole Puerto Rican community looking up to her. She was famous way before she met Diddy. If anything, people were saying she's too good to be with Diddy. Remember that? Everybody was telling her, don't be with Diddy. That you too good to be with Diddy. You're a star. You're a superstar. He's a nobody. Y'all don't remember those things that people were saying. He said, Shy the coldest dude on the block. He got that Mamba mentality. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying Diddy a saint. He did some freaky stuff, but at the end of the day, he may get off it because you can't go to jail just for being a freak. You know what I mean? If that's the case, a lot of people would have been in jail. You know, what is he really going to jail for? Just because he had wild sex parties? Those are still adults. And even that shit that they said he did with Meek Mill, which was nasty. Meek Mill, you got to be held accountable for that. You a grown ass man. You let that nigga bust your cheeks. You let that nigga bust your cheeks. And then you got the nerve to talk about you representing Philly to the fullest. Philly don't want to have nothing to do with your dumb ass, nigga. You sitting there getting your cheeks busted by a Diddy. And then talk about, I regret doing that stuff with Diddy. That should have never crossed your mind. If you claim you was that dude that you supposed to be. You dumbass nigga. I mean, like, what happened to all that murder stuff that you be talking from the streets of Philly? What, you took a break? You decided to be a little feminine in that pool? These dudes be faking the funk like crazy, man. You don't see 50 doing that. Meek Mill shouldn't. Don't rap Philly. Don't rap Philly. Don't rap Philly, son. You make Philadelphia look bad. You know, Philly, do not look up to this man. You are officially disowned from Philadelphia. You know, if anything, Diddy made you his bitch. He was the boss. He put that Harlem shit on you. He did that booty warrior stuff. He said nothing. He said nothing is important more than booty. Booty is more important than water. Yeah, 50's an alpha. You know, he's 10 toes down on his beliefs. You know, that's how you're supposed to carry yourself as a man. Because a man has no value in the world. He builds value. You know. But shit, you let Diddy put that Harlem shit on you. You know, he said, take that Harlem, nigga. Lennox Ave. He hit you with that Harlem shit. No, Diddy a paper gangster. Diddy is definitely a paper gangster. You seen what he did to the Locks. He made them dudes look like they was uneducated. He took their money for years. Had them fighting to get their publishing back. He put that Harlem shake. Harlem. Holy shit. That shit is crazy, man. What's up, Meek Mill? You supposed to be like, Meek Mill was always suspect a little bit. I remember he had some tennis game and some dudes were spacking him up because he lost a tennis game. He was getting spacked across the head. This is by some white dudes that he was playing tennis with. So that ain't gangster, dog. And I'm not saying you have to be gangster. I'm not saying that to none of you guys. But if you put on that image and that's the lifestyle that you claim you live in, you got to back it up. You got to back it up. That's like King Von doing some sucker shit that, you know, Meek Mill did. You can't be no gangster and then turn around and do some other stuff. Like King Von was really a gangster. He was catching bodies. It's a negative lifestyle, but that man lived the life that he was talking about. And ultimately, he died living that same lifestyle. That man was a killer. He was no rapper. He was a killer first. He's rap first serial killer. Just because you like some of his lyrics, don't let that fool you from the fact that this dude was shooting and killing people. He even robbed people on video sets. He was a real demon in real time. And the night he died is when the devil came and took his soul. You know, and he got a taste of his own medicine when he went starting fights with somebody he shouldn't have been starting fights with, because that boy was peaceful. That boy didn't want no drama with you. He want no beef with you. He wasn't even messing with you, dissing you until you just went up and went at him for no reason, just because he's associated with somebody you don't like. You know, yeah, drill culture really hurt hip hop a lot, because you got a bunch of real time killers from the streets thinking they could really rap. All they doing is just telling you what they did to somebody. Stupid. And what I don't like, what I despise about drill culture, is spread it to New York. It's spread it to the Bronx. It's even in Queensbridge. Yeah, it's even in Queensbridge. They got a group called the Six, and they beef with the local projects, which is Ravenswood, which is a block down. And they're doing hits on each other, then talking about it. Drilling culture. Stupid. That's why Nas was almost in tears when they said violence went back up in Queensbridge, because we're talking about the drill rap that affected our community. He didn't even like it. Nobody want to be out here killing people for stupid shit. It's dumb. Yeah, and they stitching on themselves. That's not even really hood. Like, man, I could be here all day talking about how I hate the drill culture. I absolutely despise it. It's not even real hip hop. It's not what we come up on. What the fuck is that? But man, I'm out, y'all. Peace. Y'all have a good one. I'm about to eat some grub. Call it a day. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Let's get up out of here. Let me present my theme song to get up out of here. Damn, how come every time I try to get in here to get my damn theme song, it won't come out? All right, there we go. Peace.